What's up, guys? I'm on the Centennial campus of NC State and I'm about to give you guys a tour of the library. Here goes. This giant futuristic building which you see here is essentially James B. Hunt Library. I'm gonna show you guys the inside, but before we get to that, I'll show you guys how it looks from the outside. Over here, as we enter the building, we have the reception area, and you can see the sleek and modern design on the inside of the building. And we have the reception to the right. You can ask them any questions or check out any equipment that you need. Moving forward, we have a seating area for the students. The screen on the right is now closed. It usually holds a panorama of some sorts. There are plenty of chairs and couches and a floor-to-ceiling glass wall on the left-hand side of the building for aesthetic effect. And this is just an area for the students to just kind of hang out and chill while studying, obviously. There is a nice circular bookcase which has books of different departments in case you needed to check them out. So this is mostly for decorative effect, I guess. And one of my favorite spots in the library is here by the side of the glass wall, where you can sit prop up your legs on this couch and just enjoy the view outside as you study or get stuff done. It's really aesthetic, the way they built this place. And moving forward, we have, I think, the only ginormous piece of art displayed in the library. This painting is called The Language of Art, I believe. I think that's the name, and it's a hand-drawn painting, and it's there, present for display. You can't touch it, obviously, but it's there. And here we enter one of my favorite areas of the library. This place is called the Quiet Reading Room, and you can see the gorgeous sunset in the background. And this is where I usually like to study, and usually have pin drop silence in this place, thanks to nearly invisible but very effective sound cushioning or absorption materials in the construction. And here to the left you have a gorgeous view of the sunset, along with chairs where you can just sit and enjoy the view, take a little break from your studies. It's a really scenic place, and the library is just beside Lake Valley, as you'll see shortly. And we also have a bunch of meeting rooms in the library. So the meeting rooms are available to be booked through an online app if you scan a QR code, and they have settings for the temperature and the lighting, so you can fit them according to your needs. And you have an HDMI cable which you can connect to a TV to extend your laptop, and floor to ceiling whiteboards for just drawing stuff and, you know, workflows and stuff like that. And moving on, we have one of the least known but really useful sections of the library. There exists a hallway at the end of the first floor where you can check out movies and DVDs of various kinds, and just take them to the reception and check them out for a week. Free movies. And what I really care about is the PS4 games and the Xbox One games, which you can all play for free. And if you went to the other library, which is their library, you'd probably get PS5 games as well, which is dope. And moving on to the second floor, we have a giant yellow staircase which really pops out in the decor. And here towards the right, we have a section called the data space. So this is essentially a space with a bunch of virtual workstations. There's a board which shows data science consultation appointments which you can sign up for, like classes. And yeah, as I was saying, there are a bunch of workstations, and they are either Windows or iMacs, and they all have a CPU with them. So they are essentially, they let you access a virtual machine. If you enter your username and password, they give you access to a virtual machine. Every student has one. It has a bunch of software pre-installed, and you can basically use it for like listening to classes and stuff, or working on some light projects if you needed to. It's pretty cool, you know, especially if you're out here and you don't have your laptop with you and you wanted to attend a lecture virtually or something. Also, these are Hermann Miller chairs. I think these ones are approximately $1,000, and they don't even look like it. They're basically present everywhere, and they look super common, but they're actually pretty expensive. They're like top of the line chairs, but that's not the only thing. That's not all. I'm about to turn into a fanboy here, but as you move forwards and as you keep exploring this floor, you see the top of the line Hermann Miller gaming chairs just scattered as if it's like free money everywhere. Like every single chair that you see here is probably more than $1,000, and these are like the best chairs available like on the market worldwide. I'm like trying to come up with words, but it's insane how they just have them scattered around. More chairs, very aesthetic. More, but you know, more meeting rooms and stuff. Bunch of whiteboards everywhere so you can work. It's pretty cool that we have a printer on this floor, so you can get stuff done through your Wolf account if you need to get something printed. We have these nice aesthetic little enclosures where you can sit with your team if you wanted to talk loudly or didn't want to sit in the public, or for a more relaxed seating area, you could go in and take a seat at one of these couches and just stretch your legs. And moving forward, we have another giant yellow staircase, but before we go up that floor, I'm going to show you a hidden meeting room of sorts. Well, not that hidden, it's just one of these meeting rooms over to here on this side. And so if you choose to sit here, you are granted with a magnificent view of the quiet reading room downstairs with all these lights. It's super cool, and it's a nice view to have. And vice versa, those guys can see you up there too. So, okay. Now, as we ascend our second giant yellow staircase, this time with some colored pads on the right for the seating effect. We enter what is probably the most impressive floor of the entire library. So ignore the digital art on the right for a second, we'll get there. So on the left here we have a giant balcony which basically lets you overlook the first floor of the library, and it's super clean and it's a very nice view, as you can see. And over here to the right behind, you have a giant meeting room. You can change the color of these lights if you wanted to, I guess, from inside. And this room is basically called the Fishbowl. I think it's the biggest student meeting room available to you in the library. You could sit like 12 people in there. And here on the left you have a bunch more workstations all scattered about, tropical style, with dual monitors here and there, so people can just sit and work on either side. And more Hermann Miller chairs, obviously, because why not? If you're seated, you want to be comfortable. Over here to the left you have the gorgeous view of Lake Raleigh right there, and it's honestly one of my favorite sites, like all of Raleigh, especially this area and the way it looks over the lake, especially at sunset. It's really nice. You have a bunch of more common seating areas here for people. You can see some of my friends in the background, and this is more of a public place, so noise levels are higher here than in a private meeting room, or if you were seated in the quiet reading area of the library, because it's more public. Here you see a giant poster of digital art, which you can actually change from your phone. There's a bit.ly link which pops up sometimes in the middle, and if you go click on that link, you can change the art or the video that's playing here, which is pretty cool. And moving on to the front, I think we have some more seating here in the middle, and the end of the hallway, which you see is a green section, is actually an exact replica of the thing you saw on the other side with the dual monitor setups. But the difference is this one is specially for graduate students, and it has the terms graduate student commons written on it. So it's more of a similar kind of desk setups and work areas, so I'm sure nobody would kill you if you chose to enter and you weren't a graduate student. But anyway, here we have finished our second floor, and it's now time for our third giant yellow staircase, and we enter the top floor of the library. And here, as we climb these giant yellow stairs, on the top floor we are first met with a very scenic view of the Raleigh skyline. You have more chairs where you can just sit and play Uno cards if you chose to, or anything else. More tables for work, and here over on the left you have a bunch of vending machines in case you wanted a quick drink or you were hungry. And over here to the front we have something which is very similar to the graduate student commons, but the only difference is this time it's a private reading area which is specifically for the professors, and this area is called the faculty research commons, and you'd have the faculty or the professors of NC State just sit here and work, or just hang out, or gather if they needed to. It's a place for them to chill and get stuff done. And over here as we move on, we are going to see our last yellow thing or item in the library of significance, and it says Skyline Reading Room. And here's why. If you choose to sit in this room while doing your reading or doing your work, you will have the gorgeous background of the Raleigh skyline all around you. It looks even prettier during sunset, and if you chose to go outside, then you can feel the cold winter air and just really take in the gorgeous scenery of Lake Raleigh and the surrounding forests all around you. And yeah, just sit there and like have a good time, read a book, maybe chat with a friend, drink some coffee. The views here are honestly insane. They're like surreal. If you live here in NC State, you get used to them after, I'd say, maybe 5 or 6 months, but it's really stunning how beautiful this looks if you compare this to the views you have, in other places, if you were not living in an area with such natural greenery. And you could just sit anywhere you wanted and yeah, enjoy, have a good time. FYI, if you stand here, people will be able to see you from the roads outside the library. Your head will be visible. It's a thing I noticed from like far away. But yeah, it's a really nice place to come here and shoot some photos or take a time lapse of the sunset if you wanted to. It's really cool. And yeah, that's about it. I think I've showed you the main areas of the library. It's a fantastic place to get stuff done. Your focus just jumps up by like 75% instantly as you walk in, and you try to, get stuff done or work on your projects. But anyway, that's been it for the tour. Leave a like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey do, bye for now. Have a great day.